What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 95? 95? Wow, okay, we're coming up to 100. I think for episode 100 I'm going to do an hour-long live com, but today it's end of season time. I'm going to be recording and doing today our last two Premier League games live. Hopefully you guys are good. Anyway, before we get started, let's just have a quick look at the league table. So, with 2 games left, we are 4 points behind Manchester United, 1 point behind Liverpool, but Manchester United and Liverpool have to play each other very shortly. So today, we've got the Everton game, which is on Monday the 6th today. And then we have the West Ham game, I believe, to end the season. Away from home, and they're in 5th, so that's not going to be an easy game by any means. But looking at the league, there is an outside chance of the title. If we can win today, that would mean that we are guaranteed 3rd, which would be pretty pleasing. However, given the situation we found ourselves in, it would still be disappointing not to finish top 2. And really, I want to win the league still, but the chances of that happening are slim to none. But anyway, let's just get straight into today's game. Only the 2 games for this end of season live com, because of course we've had so many games in kind of quick succession live commed. It's kind of snuck up on me, this end of season live com. Usually I'd end with maybe 3 or 4 games left, but of course you guys will know, thanks to good runs in Europe, in the Champions League, in the FA Cup, that's kind of not the case. Of course, next episode will be the Champions League final. If you missed the semi-final, definitely go check out the last few episodes. Definitely worth watching. But we're going to focus right now on the here and present. We're taking on Everton, recently promoted back into this division. And Matthew Lewis there with a chance that he has squandered, which is a little bit disappointing to start the game. Of course, Matthew Lewis going to be trying to get 80 goals for the season. To do that, he needs 7 goals in his last 3 games, which is, I don't want to say impossible, but it's going to be a challenge for him. But we'll see how he gets on here. With finishing like that, he's not going to do it. But if he can get in the rebounds like that, it may well be possible. His 74th league goal of the season. I think my previous record prior to this save was 65 goals in a season for one player. Quite how he's got over 70, I can't really explain it. He just seems to score big goals, of course. Got a hat-trick in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final versus Manchester United. Got a hat-trick in the second leg against Barcelona. He's done it against the little teams, but he's also got huge goals for us in the bigger games. And, well, he's had a good start here, hasn't he? But anyway, we're on the attack. Lewis, can you score again? No, he can't. Tackle goes flying in there, and Everton will look to try and counter perhaps and clear it away, although Manning wins it well. Sonogo to Haas, to Lewis. Oh, the tackle comes in every time it goes to him. I'm wanting Matthew to just bang it in the net, add to that goal scoring tally of his. I mean, 75 would still be one hell of an achievement. Of course, needs one more now to reach that, and the ball's in, and oh, he's offside. He's offside. Don't even celebrate, boys. Oh dear. Well, it's a good start, this, against Everton. Prior to the Chelsea defeat, which was the last league game we played, we of course were 9-0 and 6-0 against, I think, who was it now? It was Cardiff and I believe Spurs. So I was hoping for some more goals here. We've actually played very well so far, but unfortunately for us it's still only 1-0. Yeah, I'm kind of willing for the ball to go into the back of the net. Really, with these last 2 games, whilst there is a faint chance at a title kind of push, really we've just got to focus on winning our last 2 games. And if results go our way, they'll go our way. If they don't, well, we have to look back at the early defeats this year as kind of the I guess the stumbling points, the points where this didn't quite kind of go our way this season. Anyway, it's only 1-0. We have dominated the game, but I have told the players I'm not happy at half-time. I'm hoping we can step things up here in the second half. Everton with just the 1 shot on goal, but despite that, we're only 1 goal ahead, and that is not comfortable. They are more than capable, Everton, of getting a goal and getting back into this. As I mentioned, just winning our next 2 games has got to be my priority as a core. Oh dear. How's that gone in? That is a very weird own goal. A total miscommunication between Akore and Kouakou in goal. We've not seen too many goalkeeper blunders like that one, but what have I just watched? I don't even know. Akore with the own goal. Well, I said 1-0 wasn't comfortable. 1-1 certainly is. And Everton still with only the 1 shot on goal, but Akore giving them a lifeline back into this game. And now with 30 minutes left, suddenly there's like a massive pressure on us to go out there and score. We have been dominated, and I'm hoping it's just going to come with time. We've got a chance here. Ball cleared away though by Everton, only as far as Sonogo. Orlando, Haas, bang that, hits the crossbar, rebound, and Alexander Haas will make it 2-1. Deservedly so, but we need another. We need to make this comfortable now. We're 2-1 up, but with half an hour left and with Everton already showing that they can get back into this game, albeit with the assistance of one of our own players, I'm not going to be comfortable. I'm not going to get complacent until we get that kind of that 2-goal cushion. Because right now, 2-1, it's precarious. It's precarious. Unfortunately, not Matthew Lewis getting that goal for us. Alexander Haas instead, the goal scorer there. But we're still doing okay. Let's make a few changes. Let's bring on Soares for... I'm going to move Sonogo out to left mid, then move in Soares for Orlando. I'll tell you what, we'll take off Batagelli and give Eder a run out too. And yeah, let's bring on Iheanacho as well. Let's just go for the triple change. Alexander Haas going to come off despite that goal, save his legs. Maybe we can make something happen here. Ball in. Akore, can you redeem yourself? Vladimir Orlando tries to go inside, but a poor first touch. But we still do have the ball, and Batagelli going to pump it forward. And now Orlando with a chance. Haas! Orlando Lewis! Oh dear, how has this not ended up in the back of the net? I do not know. Everton throwing bodies at the ball and somehow denying us the goal there. Looking at it, I'll dominate. I'm going to make that triple change. If we can get one more just to give me a nice comfortable 10 minutes, that would be fantastic. We've dominated this game. Quite how it's still only 2-1, I'm not entirely sure. But, I mean, it's not over yet. I say that as Everton are coming forward. Soares, the sub, coming on, making a tackle, which is kind of uncharacteristic for him. Not much of a ball winner, but he's made a mark there. And now Iheanacho with the ball drifting out wide. Worth noting, Iheanacho requesting a transfer to leave the club. I have told him that if he wants to leave and if an offer comes in, I will let him go. He's disappointed at the lack of first-team football, but really, he joined us in the Championship. The team has improved around him, and he is just not the player he once was for us, unfortunately. He has a chance here to redeem himself. Unfortunately, though, the centre-backs throwing their bodies at the ball again. Somehow, despite our 30 shots and 4 clear-cut chances, it's only 2-1. It should be a lot more. We have another attack here, potentially. Eder, oh dear, my son. What have you just done there? What have you just done there? Oh dear. Can we get one more for Lewis? That's now the aim now. To Matthew Lewis. Cuts inside. Oh, he threads through Iheanacho, who squanders another chance. Keeper now keeping Everton in it. I don't think I've seen such a dominant display not result in more goals. But, well, it's looking like we're not going to be FM today. Hopefully. Or maybe I've jinxed it here. Maybe Everton are going to score now. So as Iheanacho looked offside to me. It is offside. Stop celebrating, you Wazuk. 2-1 still. Well, at least we've got the win. That's kind of the thing we have to look at now. We've got the W next to our name. Maybe another chance here. No, cleared away. And it's a win. It means going into the last day of the season, there might be hope, of course. Liverpool and Manchester United both have games in hand. And they're going to be playing each other, I think, midweek this week. So we will see that result come in. There isn't really an ideal result here for us. Just looking at the way we need that result to go. If Liverpool win, they'd go above us and equal on points with Manchester United and actually top of the league by 1 point and goal difference, of course, over Manchester United. If Manchester United win, they win the league, and we are playing our last game against West Ham to try and secure second place. So that's going to be the big game now, a game that we don't even have control of. Lewis breaks league goal scoring record with 41 goals for the season. That is not too shabby, I might say so myself. But yeah, Liverpool win is the ideal result. A draw, well, I don't think a draw is enough. I guess a draw would be good enough. A draw would actually probably be the best result, really. But Manchester United win it, so they are going to win the title, and that's heartbreak. They do the double, winning the Premier League, and they're also on course for the treble if they win the FA Cup. So that's a kick in the balls. However, we have got the one game left to do to round off this season. It's going to be against West Ham. They are 5th in the league. If we win it, well, we secure ourselves a top 2 finish, which would still be a fantastic achievement, perhaps, from the position we were in a few months ago, top of the table. You'd say it's a little bit disappointing, but we've had a good season this year. It seems silly to feel disappointed, despite the fact I do feel disappointed by the fact that we are going to only finish, in the top 4, really. You don't really get anything for second, do you? But especially when you consider how well we did, of course, in the FA Cup, how well we did in the Champions League, and how well we are still doing. Of course, we still have the final to look forward to. And that game is going to be on the 25th, so in 13 days' time. So we've got that to look forward to in the next com. But I don't know, this season could have been a lot more, I guess, is what annoys me the most. And it kind of feels like we've lost out, really. We've thrown it away. The other thing is, of course, that we could still lose the Champions League final to PSG, which is going to be a very tough game. I don't think I've mentioned the fact it's against PSG, but it is against PSG. So it's not that easy, really. I mean, looking at it, PSG have not won the competition in recent years. Man City won it 4 years in a row. I didn't even know about that. But yeah, you can see it there. So there is going to be a new kind of winner, I guess, in recent history taking home the Champions League trophy. I'm hoping it'll be us, but let's not worry about that too much yet. We've got this season to round up, and we've got Lee Mason reffing today's game. So looking at the league table, just so you can see the kind of scenario. If we win, we'll finish second. If we draw, we'll finish second. If Liverpool don't win, we'll finish second. Lewis looking to add as many goals as he can to the record number of goals scored in a season. Of course, he is 1 goal away from 75 this year, I do believe. I just want to check that now, because I'm not entirely sure. But I think it's 1 more goal for 75 for the year. Yeah, 1 more for 75. If he could hit, 3/4 of a century, that would be incredible. But we're just going to focus on this game. I'm going to go with the exact same squad as last time out. I was kind of happy with how we played against Everton. No new injuries to speak of, and a decent cool-off period between the last game and this game for players to kind of recollect themselves, freshen up. So I'm hoping we can put in a good performance here and really take the game to West Ham. West Ham, of course, 5th in the league. Do I take off Matthew Lewis with a knock? It means that he could be back for the Champions League final. I guess we should do it. Let's bring on Soares. It's not a big knock from what I can tell from condition. In some ways, I'd like to keep him on to see if he can grab some goals, but I don't want to aggravate anything with the Champions League on the horizon, and it's a shame that so early in we're going to have to take him off and Lewis won't be able to add to that goal-scoring tally. Who knows, maybe, just maybe, he can get some goals or get a goal in the Champions League final to add to that crazy record of his. Haas rifles in that shot. What a goal that is by him. 23rd of the season. Not bad. Not bad for kind of a second in command kind of striker, I guess. A player who we don't look to for goals, but 23 in a season is a very, very solid contribution, to say the least. And a nice finish. Rifled right home. He hit that bloody hard. Keeper, no chance. But yeah, now this game, I'm not bothered about this game. If anything, I'm just worried about Lewis. I want Lewis to be fit for the Champions League final. That's now in the forefront of my mind. What's going on in front of me is irrelevant. Although, if we could score a few, that would be great, I guess. Soares bangs it. Oh, it's a good save, but a poor finish, really. Clean through on goal, just gives it to the keeper. Goes, you know what, if you want it to hit your shins and go out, we'll give you that. But anyway, West Ham on the attack here. Ball whipped in. Manning heads it away. Only as far as Charles there. Now West Ham trying to build from the midfield. Campbell through. Takes it around the keeper. And was that Kirku? That's disappointing goalkeeping. Joel Campbell. 21st goal of the season for him. So he's done pretty well for West Ham. West Ham, of course, they've done quite well on this save in recent years. They're going to finish 5th, or likely to finish 5th this year. They won the Europa League a few years ago. Much to my pleasure, because of course that did result in us getting Europa League football ourselves. But you'd have to say, I want to win this. I'm not going to lie, I want to win it. A draw, as I mentioned, would be enough, because even if Liverpool win, our goal difference is just that much better than theirs, and it's that much better than everyone in the league. Unfortunately, that doesn't really matter, because Manchester United have more points. But a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. We're on the attack here. Soares turns his man. Can he finish off the move? No, he can't. A good block. A clear-cut chance going our way. A clear-cut chance missed. Maybe, just maybe, we can make something of the set piece. Right, Maya. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. It's Vladimir Orlando committing a foul and giving West Ham back the ball, unfortunately for us. Go on, Batagelli. Sonogo. Let's just get some goals here. Let's have some fun. Haas, Alexander Haas, what a run, what a run, hits it, and it's straight at the keeper. I feel like there's far too many of those solo run highlights in FM. I watch so many of them, and you maybe see one go in every 3 seasons or something. It doesn't happen often, unfortunately, there. one of those pointless highlights. Although we have a chance here. Sonogo whips the ball. Suarez! And that is a nice little worked set piece for him. And that's his 19th goal of the season. I mentioned Haas breaking 20 goals and saying that's a good contribution, really. Him and Suarez, or Suarez, or however you want to say his name. I'm calling him Suarez. He's done well there. He's done well there, and it's 2-1. Although now Mitchell's injured. No! Why is everyone getting injured? Why? Do I not have a centre mid? And also, why is my team not sorted? There we go. Right, Manning, you're going to have to play the defensive mid role because we don't have a defensive centre mid on the bench. But that still kind of works. Unfortunately, though, 2 injuries in this end of season, we don't want to end things on a low, do we? I'm still desperately hoping in my mind that Matthew Lewis is going to be fit. Still, 2-1 is not too bad away from home against the team in 5th. You'd have to say, although we need more. I want more. I want to see more goals, please, boys. And not conceding straight from kickoff would be nice, as Leo has a chance to put West Ham back into it, but places it wide. But yeah, of course, we'll have the end of season review coming up. I don't want to reflect too much on this year, but really it's just been a very good year. But I mean, if you told me that we'd get to an FA Cup semi-final, we'd get 2nd or 3rd in the Premier League and reach the Champions League final, I would have bitten off your hand. But given the situation we were in, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. And well, West Ham on the attack here. Big ball up to Campbell. He's through on goal and he places it into the bottom corner. But Kouakou in goal. I feel like Kouakou is one of the few keepers I've ever seen in FM who actually seems to make saves. Which might sound like a bit of a bizarre thing to say, but it feels like he just stops everything in goal as Campbell has a chance but puts it wide. Still 2-1 up here, still going fairly strong. Only the 1 sub left, so I'm not going to use it too prematurely here. I'd rather save it for in case a player gets a knock. And we need to take them off just to be safe, particularly if it's a key player, of course, going into the Champions League game in less than 2 weeks' time. Although West Ham on the attack here, but good defending, but we do have to concede the corner there. And all in all, this has been quite a good performance. West Ham, though, with a chance. Can we defend? Blocked. Martinez going wide, and he will see it out. I must admit, this is a bit of a funny live com to do, because I was desperately hoping that at least going into this last game, we'd have something to play for. You know, we'd have the title kind of potentially there for our own taking if United slipped up. But unfortunately, that Liverpool United result with Liverpool not getting the win and Manchester United getting the win has kind of left this in a situation where this feels like a bit of a nothing game. Of course, 2nd is on the line, but yeah, it's gone okay. I mean, a little bit for next season. I think next year the primary concern of mine has got to be the defence, sorting out the 3 at the back. I also feel like our plan B needs a bit more refining. We've been playing the 3-5-2 this year and it works superbly against some teams and absolutely dominates matches. But we've kind of got the 4-3-1-2 that's kind of been our plan B, you know, the backup option, I guess you could say, the tactic we've used perhaps in games where the 3-5-2 just hasn't been effective, where we've been outplayed. And it's kind of worked, but I'd like to see us kind of maybe develop a more fleshed out plan B, a plan B that seems a little bit more reliable, perhaps a more attacking kind of option to the 3-5-2 rather than just kind of having the 4-3-1-2, which I guess is an attacking tactic for the most part, but most of the time when it's been deployed this year, it's been in a more of a counter-attacking sense. So perhaps that's something to look at this pre-season. Of course, the fullbacks do play an issue into kind of playing the 4 at the back too, as West Ham will get a goal there to make it 2-2. So perhaps next year, or well, I guess this summer, I think the main area has got to be getting maybe 2 centre-backs as good as Reitmeier, and ideally players who can also potentially play full-back adequately if we need them to, which is a bit of a tall order. But I don't really want to get in too many full-backs. I just kind of want them to be there, so as kind of basically find a centre-back who can play either side of the full-back position. That's what we're looking for, because I don't want to invest in some really strong full-backs when, given how successful the 3-5-2's been this year, I'd like to ideally stick with that for the most part. But anyway, that's a bit of a rambly subject. Maybe I constructed my thoughts clear there. Sometimes I feel like I talk and talk and talk and it takes too long to get out on a point. And, well, Martinez has just made a point right there. Clear and concise. Makes it 3-2. Jean Carlos Of course, one of our big transfers, coming in for £10 million last year, the youngster, came in at 19. He's had a very, very good first season, developed not perhaps as much as I'd like, but he's performed very well for us out wide, got a decent amount of assists, and despite a few injuries here and there, he's had quite a decent first season at the club. And it looks like his goal is probably going to get us the win here. That gets us second place. So that is a good result. Can we deal with this set piece? Cleared away, and that will be full time. Here at the Olympic Park, West Ham 2, Lewis 3. A decent win against the team in 5th. Perhaps I underplayed how good West Ham were going to be. You can see in the end we actually got second by 4 points, but unfortunately for us, Manchester United pulling clear at the end, finishing 4 points clear. And, well, that's a little bit disappointing, isn't it? But nevertheless, it's been a good season. It's been a good season. Of course, as I mentioned, and I'll mention again, we have that one big game to look forward to. Looking at it, I can't see an injury for Lewis, which is very, very good news. So that is pleasing. We get £20 million for achieving second in the Premier League, which is good. Our scout finishes his assignment of the Premier League. I don't know if there's going to be any names here that we potentially look at. But all in all, a good Premier League campaign. Perhaps disappointing to end it the way we did, but 2 good wins this live com. We get second place, we get a spot straight into the group stages of the Champions League, and of course now we have the Champions League final to look forward to. Hopefully I will see you guys for that one. If you have enjoyed this video, please do smash the like button, it does greatly help me out. If you've got any comments with regards to this season, any recommended transfers, any shape changes or transfer changes that you'd go for, let me know down in the comments. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.